Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the channel. Another day, another dose of brand new releases from Arabian brand, and this time we're gonna focus on Khadlaj. So I recently got quite a big package with all the new releases, except from one which I'm really waiting for, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. It's sold out everywhere. So let's get into things that I got and I can review for you, and they're with me and they're already been tested by me. So I've got two fragrances that are not new, so I'm gonna get through them first, and you in the comments please tell me in the end of this video which one you're the most interested in. I want to start with the ones that are a little bit older, so I'm leaving the best for last and the newest for last. Alright, so we have Latte collection in Khadlaj Arsenal, and these two are from that line. The first one is so cute when it comes to packaging. It's Aura Crisp Flower. Aura Crisp Flower, it's such an easy fragrance to wear every day, super feminine. If you are a fan of very feminine fragrances, then this one is for you. Here we have peach, bergamot and pear, jasmine, peony, musk, vanilla and vetiver. And I think it does remind me of something, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. But I've definitely smelled this before or something similar. What I mainly get here is a very nice pear bergamot combination, and then it goes into very nice clean feminine peony and some jasmine. It's also a very musky scent, but I would definitely consider it clean musk. So I think for everyone who's looking for a beautiful, slightly floral, slightly fruity, musky fragrance with vanilla dry down, it's definitely a sweet one, a little bit powdery, then this one is so nice. So many people compare Aura Crisp Flower to Jimmy Choo I Want Choo, the original, and I must agree it is very similar. I would say this one is more fruity oriented comparing to I Want Choo. I Want Choo is more of a vanilla Carolina Herrera good girl vibe. You know, it's a little bit darker, a little bit deeper. This one is a little bit more effervescent and again, more impact on the fruits. So when it comes to my taste and my personal preference, I do prefer crisp flower because it doesn't remind me of Carolina Herrera Good Girl as much as I Want Choo does, even though I still love the fragrance and I always get so many compliments when I wear I Want Choo, which honestly it's not very common these days. I have it, I used to wear it a lot, I don't wear it at the moment. This one I feel like is a better alternative, to be honest. Of course it's less expensive, lasts just as good, but it's more fruity and I do prefer that aspect. So yeah, this is probably kind of maybe a little bit inspired by I Want Choo, but goes in more preferred direction by me. So more fruity, more musky, less Carolina Herrera good girl vibes, which I do appreciate very much. So yeah, Aura Crisp Flowers, super cute packaging. I really love it. Very decent longevity, I must say, because I get at least 7 to 8 hours with it, with very good parameters when it comes to projection and sillage. Now there's the next one in this lineup, and this is heavily compared to Eden Apple from Kayali. Also, you know, obviously it is compared to Bade Al Oud Sublime, which is also kind of an inspiration of Eden Apple from Kayali. And this is another twist on that DNA basically. So this one is in the black packaging, and this one, if I haven't said the actual name, it's Latte Aura Kiss of Rose. Is it really that rosy? Not much. To me, it's another beautiful version of that Eden apple DNA. On me, it pulls a little bit darker, a little bit more mature, which I do prefer. So for example, Latafa Bara Al Oud Sublime in the red bottle that I reviewed so many times, that one pulls quite ambery. Okay, it's like mostly you get like apple and amber and vanilla and musk. Here for me, you do get that apple, but I get way more lychee and blackcurrant than the apple. Apple is still here, but it's not as prominent. I also get quite a bit of raspberry, which is amazing. And then, yes, I do get that musky, ambery, vanilla dry down. However, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is my favorite version of that DNA. Absolutely my favorite version. So Latafa is definitely very much used by me, but all this time that I use Latafa, I didn't have this. And now I think I'm gonna kinda switch up to Aura Kiss of Rose. I honestly don't know why they called it Kiss of Rose, because again, not very rosy, but it's beautiful, very long lasting. I think it might be even a bit more long lasting than Latafa, which I do not have complaints about. I told you, Latafa Sublime lasts on me so well, but this one kind of, I smell it myself longer. So again, I do prefer this one. And this is again blackcurrant, lychee, raspberry salad, and then you get that Eden apple DNA. So again, more fruity, just like crisp flower. It's a more fruity take on I Want Chew. This is a more fruity take on Eden apple, which I know is fruity to begin with, but here you have more fruits that are prominent. Okay, blackcurrant is way more prominent than in Eden apple. Also lychee is more prominent than in Eden apple. Do we even have lychee in Eden apple? I'm pretty sure we might. Let me double check, please, because I don't want to. Yes, we do have both blackcurrant and lychee. In Eden apple we also have wild berries, and we do not have that here. We also do not have pink grapefruit. In Aura, we have normal grapefruit. I honestly don't know if there is any difference to that grapefruit, not that they put in both fragrances, maybe just the name. In here we have blackcurrant, lychee, apple, grapefruit, raspberry, rose, jasmine, musk, vanilla, amber. So structure very similar, almost identical, slight differences, but the fragrance is definitely more oriented towards blackcurrant and lychee and raspberry, which I personally do prefer. So yeah, that's Aura Kiss of Rose. Again, Kiss of Rose doesn't really match that fragrance to me, but despite that, it's amazing. It's really amazing. All right, then I have a fragrance that I've already showed you. I just want to give you a little recap because I've never showed it in a proper haul. And since we are in Khadlaj topic, then it's more than appropriate. Cafe Latte. It's a new release, and this is a beautiful inspiration dupe of Mancera's Amore Cafe. However, as I said many times, Amore Cafe is quite harsh on me, quite ambroxany, ambergris leaning, and it gives me quite a masculine touch. Harsh, quite harsh. My boyfriend does prefer the Mancera version. I personally prefer the Khadlaj version. It's softer, it's smoother, it's way more creamy. The notes are pretty much the same, so you also get amaretto, you get coffee, you get vanilla ice cream, you get the same shebang as you get in Mancera. This one is just mellow, more soft. I'm not saying it's not long lasting, because it really is. It will last on you all day, but it's just more feminine. It's not as harsh on those notes, you know. So yeah, I do prefer this over the original. And I've said it already. This line has two more new fragrances. One is Velvet Cream, which is going to be a dupe for Bianco Latte, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. It sold out everywhere. So the team couldn't really even send it to me for review. I cannot even purchase it. It's gone. It's sold out everywhere. But I'm patiently waiting for it to finally reappear, and I will review it for you as well. And there's another coffee scent that comes in such bottle, at least similar. I think it's dark brown. I'm waiting on that too. But if you want a perfect, beautiful, but smoother and softer and more feminine dupe for Amore Cafe from Mancera, then I highly recommend Cafe Latte. All right, next two fragrances are the Nuha, new to Nuhas. You guys know I really love the original Nuha. It is such a beautiful take on La Safayara fragrances, you know, but it is way more tropical. It's way more coconutty. It has more emphasis on tropical florals, so I do prefer it over La Safayara Pink. And now we have two brand new Nuha fragrances. One has such a beautiful bottle. It's like iridescent pearly bottle, and it's called Vanilla Pearl. So very on par with the presentation. And the next one is Cherry Blush. So here we have another cherry on the market. Is it worth your attention? I'll tell you now. So let's maybe start with Vanilla Pearl, because this is something that is, in my opinion, very unique. I really tried to pinpoint what it might be an inspiration of, what it might remind me of, but it's really hard actually. If you know, in the comments, please tell me, what does this remind you of, because I'm kind of confused. I'm really confused. But in here, again, brand new release, just dropped. It's more of a fresh, soft floral take on a vanilla gourmand scent, but it still has some gourmand facets. In here we have freesia, strawberry, blackcurrant. Then we have cashmere, raspberry, magnolia, and in the base you have vanilla, moss, caramel. So yeah, it's quite a, I would say, soft floral gourmand. Extremely beautiful, extremely feminine. It is really to die for. This I love. It's clean, it's soft, it is a little bit fruity, definitely powdery, very feminine, very sensual. I feel like there's a wave coming that we are still staying in a little bit of a gourmand realm, but we're moving to very feminine, floral oriented territory with those new releases. And I've been seeing that in Niche World and Arabian fragrances, like even their own creations are kind of like that. We're slowly moving away from very heavy gourmands, brands starting to add some feminine, perfumey touches, so to speak. And I love this one. This one, I think if you love the original Nuha, you will appreciate this one even more. This one, I would say, it's a little bit more sophisticated. This one is not as tropical at all. This one is definitely more white floral oriented, but you also get that beautiful strawberry here. I would call it strawberries with whipped cream kind of a thing, you know, or strawberry ice cream. That's what I smell. It's not like a fresh sour strawberry. It's more of a strawberry ice cream, or strawberries with whipped cream, something like that. And it has a very nice vanilla caramelly dry down. Very milky, feels milky. I do get that beautiful raspberry with those white florals. It's a great scent overall. It's truly amazing. Again, I find it very hard to compare it to anything. I really do not know if it's supposed to be an inspiration from a niche fragrance or designer fragrance, I really don't know, because to me it smells quite unique. It's still in that very creamy, you know, strawberry cake like Latafayara original Nuha rum, but it's different. It's different. It's more mature. It's more refined for sure. So I would say the original Nuha, the pink one, is more like coconut tropical, still very creamy, but coconut tropical. This one is your strawberry ice cream, raspberries, um, cashmere. It's almost smelling like silk, you know, but not. It's not similar to Soye Malakia, no. But it has something that maybe might remind you of that fragrance from Dries Van Noten. I don't know. You tell me, guys, in the comments. I'm a little bit confused by this fragrance, what it reminds me of, but at the same time, I really, really love it. So that is Nuha Vanilla Pearl. Definitely something you should consider checking out because it's really, really pretty. And for a new release, I'm happy that it's not another straight up gourmand. Now we have a cherry blush. And cherry blush, another bottle that I really like. I do enjoy those Nuha bottles. They're quite pretty, even though they are a little bit extra. I feel like when you put them all side by side, they actually look quite cute. And imagine that pink one in the middle, right? It looks cute. So the cherry blush one is a fusion of cherry, rum, and wine. Okay. Then we have jasmine, rose, orris, raspberry, and cedar wood. And then in the dry down, we've got tonka, labdanum, vanilla, vetiver, musk, sandalwood, and that is pretty much it. And I'm wondering, did they get inspired by Boho Boko? Boho Boko. And I was thinking of that brown sugar, red wine brown sugar. Let's see the notes here. Okay, they're not that similar, but red wine brown sugar has red berries, dried fruit, raspberry, red wine, cedar, patchouli, liquor, brown sugar, leather, and caramel. And I'm gonna tell you, maybe they were slightly inspired by this fragrance when I compare the notes, maybe slightly. However, Boho Boko is way more dark, way less sweet, and way more masculine, actually. I do not wear red wine brown sugar alone. I always mix it with another fragrance from Boho Boko, which is called red cherry liquor. And red cherry liquor, my tongue is getting confused today. I don't know why. Let's see cherry liquor if there is any similarity. I mean, in wet cherry liquor, we have liquor, cherry, caramel, strawberry, Turkish rose, tonka, vanilla, sandalwood, and vetiver. So, again, not exactly, right? Not exactly. So, all in all, maybe it is actually their own creation, not being inspired by anything. Let's see once again, because I've tested it already and I really, really liked it. It's such a good luscious cherry. I feel a lot of freshness coming from it. It's almost like you picked fresh cherries from the tree. That's your initial blast. It's very boozy. You know, that rum and wine play beautifully in this fragrance. You get a little bit of rose, but honestly, yeah, okay, that rose is here, but not too prominent. And definitely you get some raspberry. And the dry down is on a heavier side for sure, because there's tonka, there's labdanum, there's vanilla, vetiver, and sandalwood. So that dry down will get, you know, the fragrance will get deeper and deeper towards the dry down. This, honestly, I really wasn't too ecstatic about this release because I have so many cherries, guys. And we have so many cherries on the market in general. However, I really love it. I really love it. Like, hands on my heart, I love it. Uh, Probably I might love it even more than this, which is a solid 9 out of 10 for me. This cherry is kind of stealing my heart. It's so beautiful. It's done so beautifully. You even get a little bit of greenness from a cherry tree. This cherry, even though it's sweet and it is very boozy and it is definitely dense, it has a lot of photorealistic aspects to a true cherry, a cherry that you would just have picked from the tree. I kind of even smell the tree itself, you know, the green leaves, the woodiness of it, you know, a little bit of that bark for some reason. Like, it's done so well. And all of that, that naturalistic cherry tree smell is almost covered, but you still smell it. It's almost covered by a very sweet vanilla and tonka and raspberry and the rose, but you get that gorgeous cherry aspect that I haven't smelled either in a while or ever, because I either come across very boozy, very sweet cherries or some very artificial, almost like, you know, candied cherries in perfumes. And this one is slightly a different take on a cherry because I smell more than just a cherry fruit. I smell the greenness of the cherry leaves. You know, I used to grow, I mean, not me, my parents, when I was little. We used to have cherry trees in our garden in the mountains where I would grow up. And that's the scent that it reminds me of my childhood. And it happens to some fragrances. I've been telling you, some fragrances in the world do remind me of that garden. And this is another one. So it is going to be a 10 out of 10 for me. Perfect. Nuha Cherry Blush. Honestly, one of the best cherries that I have in my collection. Easy. I can easily say that. It's beautiful and it's going to be a perfect all year round fragrance. All year round fragrance. Okay, then what do we have next? These two releases, my darlings, are not visible on the website yet. So I hope I'm not gonna be kicked in my butt by the brand that I'm talking about them already. But I'm too excited. I have to show them to you. So these are both from a Latte collection as well, and they are very gourmand. Okay, they're very gourmand, but not that kind of gourmand that you might expect. It's not gooey, gloopy gourmand at all. Actually, they really surprised me. So the first one is White Forest Strawberry from Latte collection. So in here, you have strawberry and blackberry, jasmine and rose, and then you have vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. And this is a very creamy fragrance, very strawberry oriented and very vanilla oriented. I think if you are a fan of Yum Bougie Marshmallow, you will absolutely love this. So this one is a beautiful dupe for Barbie Hair Elixir. It's stunning. It's stunning. I would even dare saying it's better because it's very creamy, but super creamy. Like, honestly, so creamy. How many times am I gonna say creamy in this video? Yeah, gorgeous. Gorgeous and very strawberry oriented. And I must say, this one is just more creamy than Barbie Hair. There's also this new Barbie Hair Intense, but I think they definitely went with the Elixir version for inspiration because the notes are pretty much the same in both fragrances. And yeah, that blackberry with strawberry, but mainly strawberry, and Vanilla Amber Dry Down is absolutely phenomenal in here. Quite a straightforward fragrance, but it's really, really pretty. If you don't want to spend your hard-earned money on Burberry, then I think this one is super, super beautiful. I know other brands also have something like this in their arsenal, but this one I would say it's very refined. If you want, I can compare some other fragrances that remind me of Barbary Hair or Barbary Hair Elixir with this in a separate video, so please let me know if you would be interested in that. I have a couple, so we can totally do that. But this one, White Forest Strawberry, I think at this point, since it's new in my collection, I think it's actually my favorite at the moment. It's a big favorite, a big thumbs up from me. So I really, really love it. And last but not least, we have another one from this line, and this is Brown Choco. And Brown Choco, I would say it's definitely a gourmand fragrance, for sure, as the name suggests. However, there's a lot to it that gives it a very, very dark, not too sweet of a vibe. And that surprised me because I thought it would be like Nutella. I thought this would be like J.U.S Le Gourmand. If you know that fragrance, it's literally like Nutella. This one, even though the notes are a little bit similar, not exactly, but it's so strong. Always makes me cough because when you smell it first, you are like smacked in your face with a powdery cacao and nuts. And these nuts are amazing. It's like nuts drizzled in chocolate, in hot, dark chocolate. Many different nuts. You have walnuts here, you have cacao and hazelnuts, pistachios, chocolate and milk. And again, in the dry down, you have chocolate, vanilla, and caramel. And this is phenomenal. Phenomenal. If you do have Le Gourmand from J.U.S, J.U.S is way more chocolatey spread like. This one is way more nutty. I would say J.U.S Le Gourmand is a proper Nutella spread, while this is like you had sugar roasted nuts, all of them, pistachios, walnuts, and hazelnuts, so many hazelnuts. And they are all like drizzled in warm chocolate spread. That's how I would differentiate the two fragrances. This one is less sweet and way more nutty cacao. It's amazing, reminds me of my childhood. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good it hurts. But for example, my boyfriend said it's very strong. Like I saw it in his eyes that for him it's a bit too strong. Maybe he's just not a fan of nuts in perfumes. That can also be the case. I personally love this one. I love this. It's done so well. It's quite a realistic fragrance. There's nothing artificial here, in my opinion. You get a massive dose of nuts, and it's amazing, especially the hazelnuts. But you know, like those fresh, out of the shell hazelnuts. And imagine you put them on a pan with maybe a little bit of butter and sugar and a little bit of milk, and everything is, you know, just soaked in hot chocolate, like gooey chocolate, but dark chocolate, not too sweet. So yeah, amazing. I love it. Very nutty fragrance. One of the most nutty fragrance in my collection. Big 10 out of 10. Big, big, big 10 out of 10. Another fragrance from Khadlaj that I really wanted to show you, and I think I forgot about it last time. And it's so overdue. It's so overdue. It's also quite new, And you might be surprised that I love it so much because it's more dedicated towards men. However, I kind of use it. Okay, so I mainly wanted it for my boyfriend and he absolutely loves it, truly. However, it's so nice that I kind of am using it too from time to time, and that is Island. And Island is a dupe for, I think, the newest Le Parfum from Jean Paul Gaultier. I think there's is it a newer one? I think there's a new one that's coming out now, the flower edition. Um, so maybe it's not that new because there still was a Paradise Garden. Anyways, so many flankers of one perfume. It's insane. This is a dupe for the Le Parfum label, okay? And this one has pretty much exactly the same note structure as Le Beau Le Parfum. So we have pineapple, iris, ginger, and cypress. We have coconut and woody notes. And then in the dry down, we've got tonka, sandalwood, ambergris, and amber. And this is honestly spot on. It's very refreshing. It's super coconutty. It does have a masculine appeal for sure. Like, it's not a girly coconut, but it's still a coconut, you know? So obviously I'm gonna definitely love it. And this one is so sexy. It's so sexy. I get a lot of pineapple and cypress, not too much iris or ginger, and then I get a lot of coconuts and like aquatic notes, and then ambergris and wood and some amber. That's what I mainly get. It lasts so well. Honestly, with this, don't even waste your money on Jean Paul Gaultier. I know that's the original, but you know, the fragrance is not so out of this world that it would be worth purchasing Jean Paul Gaultier for such a hefty price that they have now. So I would definitely go for Island. It's amazing. Okay, guys, so I just want to quickly tell you about my new makeup products that I bought because I'm so obsessed and you always ask me what I'm wearing on my face. So I'm gonna just quickly tell you at the end of this video what I bought. It's like a mini Fenty beauty haul, literally. So I bought a new color of the cream blushes, and this is number 14, Riri, a very popular shade. I think they're making Riri into their pillow talk, if you know what I'm saying. Like Charlotte Tilbury has her pillow talk, and the whole thing is based around it. MAC has Velvet Teddy, and all the teddies are based around it. You know, many brands have like their own color, specific color, that kind of defines the brand, even though they have many different colors. I think Riri is like their staple in lips, in cheeks. Yeah. So I got Riri and I am wearing it underneath powder products. So I don't think it shows up that much, but it's like a beautiful, a warmer berry shade, I would say. Then I have the powder blush also in Riri, and they're pretty identical. Also, they have Riri lipstick, Riri lip liner, Riri gloss, I think. So, you know, the whole range is based on Riri color. So this is how they look side by side. So this is just a powder version, but this one is quite satiny. It's not a matte blush. It's more of a, not shimmer, more of like a satin glowy blush. That's how I would describe it. And then my main player on the cheeks, I hope camera picks it up somehow, is what I wanted for the longest time but wasn't available at Sephora's in Poland. Water Brat blush. As you guys know, I'm a massive fan of Water Brat highlight, which I'm also wearing even on my eyes. I have only Water Brat on my eyes, the highlighter, and it looks like this, and it's crazy shimmery. This is the highlighter. As you can see, it gives you like a, you know, glass skin effect. And then this is the blush. So let me compare to you the blush and the highlight. I mean, and this is the blush. So as you can see, the blush is way more pinky, but it's more of a cool raspberry pink, even more purplish than raspberry. And then there's the highlight. Amazing. As you can see, they look so nice and gorgeous and quite natural on the face. Even though there's so much glitter, I wouldn't say it's too much. It looks very decent, very decent. So yeah, I'll link them below for you because I'm obsessing over them. I just got them and I'm so into them. I'm taking them all to Milan. By the way, if you guys don't know, I am an exhibitor at L'Accents Milan for the brand VIAGE. So you can meet me there if you're gonna attend. See you there, guys. And of course, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one as well. Bye.